All right, guys. Now today we're going to talk about portion sizes, but more importantly, just looking at it in a different way. So instead of thinking, well, I can only have so many calories, or I have to watch this or watch that, make it simpler on yourself. And here's a quick way to do it. If you don't realize this yet, most of us use giant plates. We use giant plates when we're plating our food. And that tends to, we want to fill up the plate. We want to cover up the different spaces with 2 or 3 different types of food, and make sure that, that it looks like it's going to be enough for us to eat and satisfy us. Well, there's a difference in just the size of the plate, what that can do for you, because studies will show that if you're just given a smaller size, then guess what? You're going to be just about as happy and satisfied as you were with eating a bigger out of a bigger size container. So here's what most people. Here's the comparison. This is the size of most of our plates. We did a measurement here. This is an 11-inch plate, and this is an 8-inch plate. Okay, so a great comparison. Why? Because all you have to do is make a simple switch to really help with your portion sizes. And it can be just using your plates for right now, or you can switch it to other things like bowls and measurement cups and things like that down the road. But just one simple switch. Go from an 11-inch plate to an 8-inch plate. You can still fill up your plate. You can still feel like you're getting enough to satisfy you. And, even after workout or after I'm hungry, and if I do this, it still tricks my brain. It still works, especially if I'm remembering to eat slowly and mindfully. That I don't necessarily need the ginormous plate to keep me going until the next meal. Another little trick you can do. You know how we have giant spoons and giant forks that really are almost like you have to really open up your mouth to get it in there? They're practically like shovels, and we're shoveling food in so fast, and that's why we're able to go through such a big plate. But if you switch to a smaller plate, and you switch to a smaller fork or utensil or spoon, and it's gonna make you take more time, have smaller bites, be a little bit slower digesting it, and you get those signals to your brain that says you're full faster. And therefore you don't overeat as much. You don't feel like you need as much. Just doing that once a day. Let's look at this comparison. Okay, so here, let me try and get a good overview for you. All right, so this is almost 1/3 less, I would say. It's just a rough guess. If you're getting 1/3 less of that in calories every single meal, you may be saving 150, 200 or more calories per meal without struggling, without feeling like, man, this diet is so hard. I'm really being restrictive here. Just go to a simpler size, eat it out of a smaller size fork, take your time more, still going to be satisfied, and you're going to get better results. You're going to be able to follow through this longer just by switching to a more appropriate size plate. I mean, our stomachs are not that big, but yet we put in enough food to feed 2 or 3 stomachs. So just put in the right amount of food for your body, for your stomach, and you don't have to fight yourself to restrict on calories and this and that as much. So there's a simple tip. Plate size, utensil size, it matters. All right? See you later.